Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the birthday reading for birthday number 8. Your birthday number tells you an opportunity, a sub-opportunity that you have in life, and it supports your life path, right? And so numbers 1 through 9 are almost like people or personalities, and so you have many personalities with gifts and talents. And so your life path is your main personality, that reveals skills that you have. And then this, your 8, your sub opportunity with your birthday number, is another energy that you can tap into to help you walk out your mission here in life. So what does it mean to be an 8? An 8 is a powerhouse. An 8 is they are financially stable. They like material satisfaction. You guys are hard workers. You're successful. You're leaders. People like to follow you. They like to live the life you live. You are comfortable with authority. You're very courageous, right? You're an influencer, right? And so you can use that energy to help you walk out whatever your life path is. First card out, we have Stag. It says trust and thrive, right? So thrive, that's literally what 8s do. They grow, they harvest, they create, they're abundant, they're ambitious, big thinkers. So whatever it is that you are investing yourself into, whatever it is you want to see grow, whatever it is you're creating, first message is trust and thrive. I feel like that's trust in the process and just thrive in the pursuit of it. We may not always be able to see the exact outcome, but if we just show up and if we practice the way we want things to play out, if we just live as if we already have it, I think that's the energy of thriving. We have Sky Father, trust in the unknown. And so all your efforts and all your energy is not for naught, right? Even if you don't know, again, where things are going to fall, what the end result will be, you have to know that when you've done all that you can do, there's an aspect to life, because we are spiritual beings where spirit comes through and takes care of the rest. And so all of the unknown that you have no control over you is when you are required to trust. Lastly, we have Seer. See beyond the current situation. So you're supposed to trust in what you don't know, but then all that you do know, you have to see beyond it. And so that's really asking you to expand your awareness, your understanding, tap into your intuition and ask questions, right? And so no matter what things look like right now, I feel like trust and thrive is saying don't stop, keep going, keep pushing. Just like that, what you are currently seeing is not an indication of the end, right? And so see beyond it. Figure out intuitively why things are looking the way they're looking. What am I supposed to be learning or truly seeing? You know, the extra card that came out was Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. And so whatever the situation is that you're in, I feel like you are getting downloads, inclinations, you have like a hunch, little sparks of insight. And spirit is saying it may be very quiet, but you have to follow it. I think this card also says that half of you is human and earthly, but the other half of you is from the stars. And so this situation that talks about being a seer, situation talk about the Sky Father. You have the ability to see, and you are of the sky and the star family. And so in situations where we feel blind, where we feel like we have no knowledge, no understanding, I think that's an indication that we have to rely on the other gifts that we have that aren't physical, right? And so that's intuition. That's our spirit. That's our soul. And that's just relying on the relationship that we have established with spirit. At the bottom of the deck, we have Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement, in action. All right. So 8s, you're asked, even if you can't see, even if you don't understand, even if you're not comprehending things the way that divinely they are actually happening, trust, thrive, and be graceful in how you move forward. So don't resist, you know, um, just be fluid in how you show up, even though you can't. That's a lot of faith, right? To be graceful when you can't see where you're going, what you're doing, how things are, you know what I mean? But to still operate in full confidence, I think that's what Spirit is asking you to do. Fake it till you make it. Literally, fake it till you make it, eights. But you have that potential, you energetically are courageous. And so I feel like this is a situation that may seem like it's stumping you in some kind of way. And it may, and I think it's because spiritually, this is a situation that, that's calling on you to tap into different skills that you have. So we have, I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. So for someone as hardworking as you, that sounds a little odd. I accept that good things come easily. But Spirit is saying, no, literally, that is true. Now, the work and the effort you put into things, that's because you enjoy it. You are a hard worker. But when we're talking about attraction and manifesting and just the way things divinely and spiritually work energetically, you have to trust that your belief sometimes is just as powerful as your action, right? The power of your mind. It is your mind that determines your action. So if your mind can convince you to behave in a certain way, what can your mind convince the universe to do for you? How can your mind convince the universe to behave on your behalf, right? And so Spirit is saying it's by accepting. Just accept the fact that good things come easy. That's it. I mean, I say that's it. That's easy to say, but we are never taught that way, right? And so we almost have to rewire. And so when Spirit says trust and thrive, trust that good things come easily and thrive in this. Practice it, live it. Don't just say it, but like live a life that shows like all is well. I know this thing looks like a catastrophe, but I know it's going to work out. Like, just being real cool. Sky Father, next to that, we have I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Beautiful. Trust in the unknown. That's what the Sky Father is asking you. And how are you supposed to trust in the unknown? What does that look like? It looks like you slowing down. That means literally making time to not be pulled in 100 different directions, making time to be a student, to be a listener, right? Finding 5 to 10 minutes alone where you can just listen. And whatever that means to you, however you connect, but there's something that you need to receive, right? But the only way is if you stop and listen. It's available to you, but if you're always moving and working and going, it can't get to you. Conversations and connections with Spirit aren't as loud as the physical world. It's soft, it's gentle. And so be graceful in movement and action. That's how your energy should look. You should be moving in life as this Shaolin master, not at a rushed, frantic, gotta go, go, go. This is where we slow down because there's something that is coming into us. Next is seer. We have as soon as I choose to see the light. So what is Spirit asking you to do? When you're looking at the current situation and Spirit says, see beyond what's happening right now in your life. And you're like, what do you mean see beyond it? Like, I know what's happening. This is happening. No, Spirit is asking you spiritually, energetically to look at things differently. But it's a choice. You have to choose to see it. It's not going to reveal itself. You have to choose it. And so once you choose to see your current situation in a different aspect, then the true form of what's happening is revealed to you. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want. And so unfortunately, when we focus on a situation and we're not interpreting it correctly, especially from a spiritual perspective, we are creating and staying stuck in that same movie that we have just determined we're watching. And so Spirit is saying, once you get out of it and come above and see it from our aspect, things, and energetically, you can navigate and move around it. We had 2 extra cards, so I'll just read them. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. So know that. Know that. No matter what your day feels like, no matter what events take place, just realize that everything is happening in your highest good. And this really isn't about stumping you or tricking you. Life does feel tricky. Sometimes it does feel like a joke because of the way things unfold. But if we just hang on a little longer and wait to see the whole story, and the next card is perfect, it'll all make sense. We have when I'm patient. I just mentioned hanging on and waiting to see. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself, right? And so that is why we slow down. That is why we trust in the unknown. And we just know, you know what? I don't know what to do from here. And so this is where I stop, and this is where the universe begins. And I know, because I have accepted that good things come easy, I know all I have to do is stop and just wait because it's coming, right? Bottom of the deck, we have, when I'm connected to Spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've known before. And so this is connecting, this is about reminding your soul, reminding your physical self that your soul has been here before. Your soul knows what to do. It's just about you attempting to remember, but once you have a true relationship with Spirit, it brings you a peace, right? You're never going to be neglected or abandoned. Spirit, all things that Spirit and the universe does is really for your highest good. And so even when bad days come, you know that they are good, but they are required for your story to be told completely. We also have to have those kind of days too. All right, 8. So 8, you're hard workers, but I feel like in this moment, this so far, we're talking about doing less. We're talking about reflecting. We're talking about changing our mindset, changing our understanding of life and success, right? And that life is a success, and it wants to make us successful, and it wants to bring us everything we desire. But it has a way to do it. And we can surrender, we can surrender and just allow things to come naturally, or we can kind of stress ourselves out and misunderstand the situations that we are going through. All right. And bottom of the deck for tarot is the Hanged Man. Surrender. I just talked about it. I love it. So the Hanged Man is literally just hanging in suspense, just surrendering, saying, you know what? I'm going to turn myself upside down because I got nothing. I'm empty. I'm empty. So I'm going to empty myself so that Spirit can fill me. I'm surrendering to the situation. I'm going to listen. I'm going to ask. I'm going to seek. In the center, we have the 2 of Swords. So this talks about being conflicted, not being able to make up our mind. We're hearing 2 different things. We have a split mind, don't know where to go. We have many options. We're not sure about what path to choose. And so that is the energy of the 2 of Swords, just kind of like being at a crossroads. And not seeing our way, not seeing which way is the way for us. And so Spirit is saying it is in this moment, it is in this space when you get to not knowing what to do. You can't make up your mind. You're conflicted, that you have to trust in the unknown. If we knew what the options were, if we could see both options in totality, it would be easy. But because we can't see, we just have to trust. And so that's the energy right now. And I feel like 8, you're a powerhouse. And so I think we're learning how to transfer our power to spirit and allow spirit to pick up in the places where we end. So we have this page of pentacles, so we're not able to make up our mind. So this page of pentacles talks about, a new possibility that has the potential to be promising. And so spirit is saying, as you pursue what's to come, this is when spirit is saying be graceful in movement and action. And so I feel like that's two things, fake it till you make it, but also allow spirit to be your guide. And so that means to move silently, to really pursue whatever it is that you're choosing or going through in life. Really do this alone. Spirit should be your number one confidant, supporter, therapist. Sometimes it is appropriate to move in silence when we're trying to create and establish new things. It's best to keep things hidden until the time is right. And so the page of pentacles just talks about, an opportunity, a new opportunity for something to become fruitful, something that we can take on. And spirit is saying what's most important is how you move and approach. It is the way in which you act in regards to this thing, this possibility. It is the way in which you act that matters. And when you are unable to, when you don't know, you have to trust in what you can't see. Spirit is going to reveal something to you. We have the Empress. This is about nurturing something new, birthing, creating. So the guidance that Spirit is giving to you is connected to the energy of the Empress card. And so that's what's available to you, but you have to slow down in order to hear it, see it, feel it, and sense it. And it is when you get this guidance that you will better understand where this newness, this new thing is going. Beneath the Two of Swords, we have the High Priestess, right? And so this is why Spirit is saying intuitively the answer is available to you. You're not able to see because we're not trusting in the unknown. Now you have gifts that you can use to help you understand why the unknown is unknown. It's only unknown until you silence yourself and stop attempting, to discover it all at one time. It's going to be unknown until you slow down. And once you slow down, the creation, the next thing, the project, the whatever this thing is, will be clear to you. And intuitively, Spirit is saying you're a seer. You need to see beyond the current situation that you are in. That's what this High Priestess is, right? And so we're in the Two of Swords energy because we're trying to see with our mind. We're trying to make sense of a situation logically and rationally. But Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. You need a different aspect of yourself in order to see your way through this. And that's the energy of the High Priestess. So we've got two pages here. We got the Page of Pentacles, but now we have the Page of Cups. And so, this is the energy of like that, the butterfly, the new love, the cute love, the flirting, the crushing, just the innocence of our heart being awakened and triggered by something, right? And so this is what you need to feel. This is what happens when you're connected to Spirit. It feels like the Page of Cups. It gives you an ease and a certainty, and it prevents you from ever being in this conflicted Two of Swords, can't see, can't think. And so when you have this relationship with Spirit, when you connect with this, when you see Spirit and the connection almost energetically, kind of like the Page of Cups, that's when your intuition kicks in and it gets you to elevate beyond. That's when I feel like the Page of Cups is It's talking about what spirit is offering you. Energetic spirit is offering you a connection with it that you can rely on from this point forward, right? And once you have this connection, it will awaken something in you. It will make you fall in love with this newfound version of self, your new ability. And intuitively, it helps you get out of the situations that have kept you unstable. You can count on this in the future. And so we're moving from this Two of Pentacles, right? This instability, this back and forth, this up and down, never really being able to have anything grounded or fluid. We're kind of just always in this position of of always having to be flexible, but never really being able to ground. And once we have the ability to see beyond these situations that we are involved in, we transform from the Two of Pentacles to the Empress. Now we become a creator, a birther, a nurturer. We know how to take control over situations that at one point left us scattered, left us going up and down, back and forth. But now, because our intuition and our connection to spirit is so on point, and because we are able to see the light, we can now use our power in the form of the Empress and direct it towards exactly the success that we want, as opposed to squandering ourselves in the energy of the Two of Pentacles and going back and forth between situations, experiences, ideas, investments, projects, never really completing or establishing anything. And it's only because we weren't seeing things from a spiritual eye. And so the beautiful thing is about tapping into your intuition and trusting in the unknown is that as soon as you're able to do that, you are presented with an Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is a download. It's about spirit literally like opening your mind and giving you clarity, understanding, insight. It's a communication between you and spirit that gives you the information that you need. And it is when you get this download that you will realize, or that you will be moved to trust in what's to come, and to realize that thriving is the only option for you, especially as an 8. That's always the only option for you. Now, the journey to get to there it's going to be different for all of us, but that is the point of being an 8. Success, greatness, mogul, CEO, leader, like that's your talent. And so even if it's not on display and it's not beautifully packaged in life right now, those are still all of your talents. They may be scattered, but the point of this is to collect them and to build them and to mold them and to use those talents to do what you want your life to do for you and for others. We're all here for the benefit that we can offer to another. So spirit gives us this download. We've got clarity. We're learning to trust. We understand what's coming to us now, but we have this energy of the Three of Swords, right? And so this is about our heart being tied to situations that have pained us. And because we have been in situations, we have invested ourselves into situations that have caused us pain. Sometimes we are hesitant to release, to let go, right? Because we don't want to let go of control, because we're fearful that we may get into situations that have restricted us, captured us, right? Kept us stuck, kept us hurt, disappointed us, and so this is your struggle right now. Spirit is saying, listen, what happened in the past, to things that you connected yourself emotionally to, those were supposed to teach you about you. Those were supposed to teach you that, again, there's a spot where you end and there is a spot where spirit begins. But it is because of the pain or the things that you have been disappointed with in the past that you're not always comfortable surrendering. But spirit is saying, listen, you have to use your independence. You have to use your drive, your boldness to cooperate with spirit. In this situation, spirit is asking you to surrender, to release, to listen, to see. Spirit wants to reveal something to you. And it may be hard to put yourself in that situation of release, because of what you've learned before, of what you are fearful of happening. But spirit is saying it's worth it, right? If you can release, if you can get into this hanged man position, on the other side of this Three of Swords is the sun. It's enlightenment. It is you understanding that I accept that good things come easily. This Three of Swords may say that you feel like all good things that you've gone after have resulted in pain. Right? I've gone through a lot of pain. Why does it make sense to believe that good things come easy? That's never been my story. That's never been true for me. But it is true now, right? All of those times, where it seemed like you were always getting the opposite of good, right? All of that, it was necessary. It wasn't just to kind of like beat you up and push you around. Those were lessons. Those were moments to grow, but they were showing you that in some situations you have no control or power. And that's not to lessen you, but it's to strengthen your connection to spirit. Because when you don't have control and power, spirit does. And that's where we go. That's what we rely on. That's where we trust. But we have to slow down to know that, to see it, to hear it, to listen. We have to slow down. And so spirit is saying, be like this Shaolin master. Just be very smooth and graceful. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once and understand everything and get it all right at one time. This is between you and spirit. You're creating this together, right? You're creating whatever, you're moving into this new thing together. And so this current situation is not the end. It's a part of the journey, but it's not the end. So don't allow what you currently are seeing and experiencing to make you think that you're always going to be in this place. We're moving into the Empress. We're moving into the sun, happiness, enlightenment, creation. Like you're moving into all the most beautiful energies. But it may be energetically a little rough to get there because we have to release so much of what we've learned and experienced and what we have believed to be true. Right? So this is about changing our mind and changing our vision through the help of spirit. All right, 8. I'm hoping this was helpful. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care.